Hello students, last time we have finished some of the questions of exercise 1.3 and today we are going to finish the remaining questions of 1.3. We are starting from question number 6. Let us so far what we have covered in exercise 1.1, 1.2. Already we have covered some definitions, plotting the prime number square root on number line, square root spiral, and in the exercise 1.3 we have dealt with the questions of terminating and non-terminating decimals. Especially we dealt with the terminating and non-terminating repeating decimals in the beginning of the exercise 1.3. Now in this exercise, in the remaining questions, we shall go for non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. Remember, non-repeating and non-recurring. These two words are same only, means in place of repeating, you can use the recurring word also. So now in the remaining set of the questions, today we are going to cover the some of the basic concept of non-terminating, non-repeating decimals. Okay, so I am starting with question number 6. So question number 6, see what we have given. I am reading the question. It is not possible to write down the whole question on the board. So you can refer the NCERT textbook in the PDF format to refer the whole question. Question I am reading here. Look at several examples of rational number in the form of P by Q. Means we will take some of the examples of the numbers which are in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integer, Q should not be equal to 0, and P and Q do not have any common factor other than 1. Means for example, if I talk about 2 and 4, so 2 and 4 have common factor here 2. Okay, so they should not have any common factor other than 1. Then and they are having terminating decimals. So one more condition, they should be of terminating decimals. Means whichever the fraction you are selecting, first of all they should be in the form of P by Q. Second, P and Q should be integer, Q should not be equal to 0, P and Q should not have the common factor, and the fraction should be terminating decimal. Then can you guess any property how we can identify the given decimal is a terminating decimal? Okay, so students, I am taking one example here, one or two examples to show you how to find out the fraction is terminating or non-terminating. One thing remember here, we can only decide the given fraction is terminating or non-terminating. Okay, so let us see how first of all we can see. First of all, suppose if I take one example, 3 upon I will take little simpler one. Suppose if I take 12 upon 5. Okay, suppose if I take this example, 12 upon 5. Okay, 12 upon 5 is in the form of P by Q. The value of P and Q are integer, Q not equal to 0, and they do not have any common factor other than 1. Now we need to find out whether it is terminating decimal or not. Okay, so suppose in rough, if I divide 12 by 5, so 5 2s are 10, remaining is here 2. I put a point, then 0 will come. Okay, 5 4s are 20, then remainder comes to 0. So I can say that answer is coming here 2.4. Right, now suppose that if I take some more examples. Okay, suppose if I take here 7 upon 8. Let's see what it comes. 7 upon 8 you can take, or if you want to take little lesser, suppose I take 7 upon 4. Okay, so division will be more convenient. Let us divide 7. If I divide by 4, so 4 1s are 4, remaining is here 3, put a point, then 0, 4 7s are 28, remaining is here 2, and then again comes to 0. Okay, 4 5s are 20. See here also the denominator, sorry, the remainder is coming 0. So I can say that this value is equal to 1.75, and it is also terminating decimal. Right, now suppose if I take the example of, for example, suppose I take here 43 upon 10 if I take. Okay, so here directly I can say 4.3 because 1 0 is there, so I can put up the point and I can say yes, it is a terminating decimal. Now observe the three different fraction. Okay, they hold one common property. What property they hold? See, suppose if I talk about here denominator 5, so I can say that 5 is coming in the form of 2 to the power 0 into 5 to the power 1. 2 to the power 0 will be equal to 1 only, right? So I can say it is in the form of 2 to the power 0 into 5 to the power 1. Similarly, 4 I can say it is in the form of 2 to the power 2 into 5 to the power 0, because 5 to the power 0 1 into 2 to the power 2 will become here 4. So again 4 will come. Okay, but you see the format. I am writing in the form of 2 to the power into 5 to the power. Powers are becoming different here. Okay, but 2 and 5 are compulsory coming in the base. Similarly, 10 I can write down as 2 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 1. Right? Observe, these all are terminating decimal and they are coming in the form of 2 to the power into 5 to the power. In general, I can say any terminating decimal, I can say here any terminating decimal is, any terminating decimal denominator is in the form 2 to the power n into 5 to the power m. Okay, here a value of n and m can be any whole number or it can be any positive integer. Okay, so we can say that it will be always in the form of 2 to the power n into 5 to the power m. So you observe here value of n is 0, value of m is 1, here 2, here 0. So any terminating decimal, especially we can say that either it will be in the form of 2 to the power n into 5 to the power m, or we can say it can be factor of 2, either 2 or 5 or both. Okay, there are two possible answers. Both the answers meaning is same only, but you can present your answer in different manner. Any terminating decimal denominator will be either a factor of 2 or 5 or both. Both means 2 and 5 both. Or you can say that any terminating decimal denominator will be in the form of 2 to the power n into 5 to the power n. Okay, clear? So this question we can finish it like this. This way you can represent your answer. You keep a notebook along with you while you see the video, so you can solve it along with me the whole question. Whichever questions are given, you can leave the space for that questions and then you can finish at the last. Okay, whichever the additional questions are there, suppose I am giving you any additional questions in this exercise or in the previous one, then you can do at the end of the exercise. Okay, that way you maintain your classwork and homework of the mathematics. Okay, let us start the question number 7. Now we shall see the 7th question. In 7th question, what we have given. Okay, so I am starting now 7th question here. Let me read the question first. The question is given here. Write three numbers whose decimal expansions are non-terminating, non-repeating decimals. We have to write down any three numbers. You can, it is open-ended question. You can write down by your choice any three numbers which are non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. We know that non-terminating decimal, there the remainder doesn't come 0, means in the decimal doesn't end. Okay, and second thing, in the non-terminating, repeating we cannot find out any pattern. So for example, suppose I write down here 0.121212 dash dash dash. So this is which kind of decimal? Non-terminating, repeating decimal. But I need here non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. So you write down the decimal in such a way, nobody can observe the pattern in the decimal. Here pattern we can observe 121212 is coming. So you can write down numbers randomly over there. So no pattern could be observed. And such kind of three numbers you can produce. For example, suppose I produce the first number here, 2.13295784 2 dash dash dash. So see, my numbers are coming in random order. Nobody can say here I am observing the pattern, and this number is purely non-terminating, non-repeating or non-recurring decimal. One more number, like let us see, 3 you need to write down. So one more I am writing, one you write down by your own. Okay. For example, 0.1975243 dash dash dash. No pattern can be observed. Such kind of one more number you can write down here. Right? So I hope in this question also you do not have any confusion. Write down one more number which is non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. Now let us see the next question. Next question is given here as find three different irrational number between 5 upon 7 and 9 upon 11. See, here one number is given to us 5 upon 7 and second number is given here as 9 upon 11. Now between these two numbers I need to write down three different irrational numbers. Remember, irrational numbers are those numbers which are non-terminating, non-repeating. Just now we have written in the previous question, we have written non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. So irrational number means that kind of number only we are talking. Okay. So now in this number, between these two, we need to write down sum of the irrational number means non-terminating, non-repeating number. First of all, we shall find out the decimal value of both of them. Then only easily we can judge. For example, I say write down a number between 0.4 and 0.7. So you can say 0.5, 0.6 can be the number. Okay. So we require a decimal value of both the numbers. So how we can write down? First, I will find out the decimal value of 5 upon 7. For that, 5 I will divide by 7. Okay, 5 I am dividing by 7. Now 5 cannot be divisible, so I will put up here point. So here 50 will come. Okay, now this will be divisible 7 times. 7 sevens are 49. Remaining is here 1. Now we can take 1 0 because in the remainder after taking decimal we can take 1 0. 7 ones are 7. Then remaining is 3, again taken 1 0, 7 4s are 28. Now tell me, till where should I go in this fraction? Okay, till I will go until I get 5 in the place of remainder, because we have started with 5. So we shall end with 5 only. So now remaining is here 2. So 20, 1 0 I have taken, 7 1s 2s are 14. Okay, remaining is here 6, again taken 0. How many times we can divide? 7 8s are 56. Okay, 7 8s are 56. Now remaining is here 4, again taken 0. 7 5s are 30 and 7 5s are 35, sorry, 35. So remaining is here 5. Observe, I got the remainder again 5. So I can say that therefore 5 upon 7 is equal to 0.714285 bar. Okay, and one more thing you observe. In the first question of today, we have seen any terminating decimal should be in the form of factor of 2 or 5 or both, but not any other number. Okay, so observe here 7 is coming. It is not a factor of 2, not 5 or not both. So we can say that it is non-terminating, repeating decimal. So every fraction whose denominator is not in the form of who's not in the form of factor of 2 or 5 or both, that will be 100% non-terminating repeating decimal. Okay, so this is the first one. Now let us see the second one. Second one is given here. I am writing this answer little this side. 5 upon 7 is equal to 0.714285. This is my answer of 5 upon 7. I am keeping in the box so it will be clearly visible. Okay, now let us see the 9 upon 11. From 11 I am dividing 9. Again from 11 9 can't be divisible, so initially only I will put up the decimal here, and I can assume here 1 0. So 11 8s are 88. Okay, remember where I have to stop? I get 9 because from 9 only I have started. Remaining is 2, taken 1 0, 11 ones are 11, So 11 ones are 11. What will remain here? 9. Alright, here one step only we got the value 9 here. So we can say that therefore 9 upon 11 is equal to 0.81 bar, because here reminder very easily come again 9, because from 9 we have started and 9 only I got back. Okay, so 9 upon 11 is equal to 0.81 bar. Now roughly you see my numbers are varying from 0.71 to 0.81. Okay, don't take 71 and don't take 81. Between 71 and 81, if I talk about any decimal number, you can take 0.72, 0.73, 0.74 till 0.80. Okay, so suppose I write down the three irrational number. How shall I write down? Okay, so write down here, therefore three irrational number. Three irrational number are, let us write down the first one. Okay, suppose I take 0.75. Right now it is not irrational because it is terminating. Irrational means non-terminating, non-repeating. But I wrote here 0.75 to check first my number lying between these two decimal or not. Yes, between 0.71 and 0.81. This number lying definitely over there. Now this number I need to convert into irrational number, means non-terminating, non-repeating. So remember, non-terminating, non-repeating, the decimal will not terminate and we shall not observe any pattern. So suppose 0.7519642789 dash dash dash. This is non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. One more I will write down and one remain, you write down by your own. Suppose I take 0.77 298433125 dash dash. This is also non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. Okay, let us see the next question. Now next question is question number 8. So in this question what we have given, let us see. I will read the question first. So in the question number 8 we have given that classify as rational or irrational, means we have to find out here the number is rational or irrational. First number is given, question number 9 I am writing here. In the question number 9 we have to find out classify as rational or irrational. Okay, let us see how we can classify. Remember one thing, to find out the given number is rational, the number should be either terminating or it should be non-terminating repeating decimal. And to say that the number is irrational, we can say the number should be non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. To find out the number is non-terminating, non-repeating, we will use one fact over here. The fact is the square root of any prime number. Suppose if you take any prime number, the least prime number is 2. Okay, 2 is the only even prime number. So if you take the value of 2, square root of 2 will be equal to 1.414. But this is up till 3 place of decimal. If you go further, it will go up till infinite, and this decimal will be also non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. Okay, similarly root 3 is also prime number, so square root of 3 will be equal to 1.732 up till 3 place of decimal. But after that again if you take, it will go up till infinite. So same way, if you take any prime number, their square root will be always non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. Okay, so let us start the first question. First question is given here as under root of 23. First part, square root of 23. So in this question you will say, since the square root of prime number is always non-terminating, non-repeating, therefore it is irrational. Okay, I am writing the answer here. Since square root of prime number, square root of prime number is always non-terminating, non-recurring. Therefore, it is irrational number. Irrational number. Okay, this is the answer of first part. So with the help of fact, easily we can find out. Let us see the second part. Now in the second part, what we have given? Second part is given here, under root of 225. Second part is given under root of 225. Now student, 225 is not a prime number, so let us factorize it. Okay, so suppose if I factorize, then I will get here, after factorizing, 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. You can check whether this multiplication is coming correct or not. Okay, so this 3 is making pair, 5 is making pair, so both the numbers are making pair. They will go out and we are getting as here 15, and 15 is simply integer, means we can say it is a terminating decimal. We can say 15.0 we can write down. However, it is not like that, but suppose if we categorize, then we can say simply here it is not a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. It is simply integer. So therefore, it is irrational number. So you can say that therefore it is irrational number. Okay, because it is integer that we have shown. It is not coming in the form of non-terminating, non-repeating form. This will be, sorry, this is rational number. Sorry, I wrote irrational. This will be rational number. Let me write down once again. It is rational number. Okay. Now, next one is here, part number third. In the third part, we have given here as 0.3796. Now, first of all, tell me this number, what you will say, this number is of which kind? Terminating or non-terminating? Definitely, you will say as terminating decimal. Why? Because terminating decimal ends with after some places. So you can say here, since given number is terminating, therefore it is rational number. Therefore it is rational number. Okay, since it is terminating, it is rational. Since it is integer, it is also rational. Okay, now let us see the part number 4. In the fourth part, okay, fourth part we have given that 7.478 and so on. This number I can write down 7.478 bar also, because I am observing the pattern here. 478 is coming continuously, so 478 is bar. I can say since given number is non-terminating, repeating, or you can say recurring decimal, therefore it would be rational number. Therefore it is rational number. It would be rational number. Okay, so this is the answer of part number 4. One thing remember, the number will be irrational only in one case, if it is non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. Since it is non-terminating but repeating, it would be rational number. Okay, let us see the next one, part number 5. In the part number 5, we have given that fifth part, we have given that 1.1, then 01, 001, 0001 and so on. Okay, so in this one, see what we have given. First of all, you observe, we can say here pattern is we are going to observe, but see the pattern is changing, pattern is not uniform. For example, I say what is the pattern? Here you observe pattern is 478, again same pattern is repeating. So suppose if I try to catch the pattern, here 01 is coming, okay, then 001 is coming, then again 0 is increasing. So pattern is coming, but that pattern is changing each and every time the 0 is coming over there. So this kind of decimal where the pattern is not uniform, we can say this number is also non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. So as I wrote the answer here, we can write down the given number is non-terminating, non-repeating decimal, hence it is irrational number. Okay, so last answer I hope you can write down by your own. So what you will write down? Since the given number is non-terminating, non-repeating decimal, therefore it is irrational number. Let us see the next question if it is there. I think till 9 questions are only given. Now we shall start the exercise 1.4. 1.4 contain only 2 questions. So one question I will explain you and one question you can try by your own. Okay. So let us see the first question of exercise 1.4. So exercise 1.4 I am taking now. Let's see. Exercise 1.4. We are taking question number 1. They are saying visualize 3 point, the number is given 765. Okay, so we have to visualize 3.765. Now see, visualize means we have to draw this number onto the number line. But in one attempt we cannot draw it because it is going up till 3 places of decimal. So 3 places of decimal, suppose I say plot 3.7. So between 3 and 4 you need to mark 10 equal points. Okay, then 3.7 means 7th equal point you will mark as 3.7. But again if I say mark 3.76, then again see between 3.7 and 3.8 you have to mark again more 10 equal points, and then number you will locate 3.76. Okay, so each and every time when we want to draw this number onto the number line, we have to draw certain number lines to show step by step how I can locate the given number. Okay, so let us see how we can locate the given number. First of all, since my number is coming between 3 and 4, so I will draw one number line and I will make 10 equal division. Students, remember this figure you need to draw by pencil, and equal division you should mark with the help of ruler. Take a ruler and mark equal division. Distance you can take 1 centimeter between them. Okay, so suppose if I draw the first number line, now see I cannot mark the division equally, okay, because I do not have any measuring instruments. So please remember you need to draw it by equal measurement. Take a ruler and mark the point 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and accordingly you can draw it. Okay, so suppose this is my number line. Okay, this point I say 3, then I will take a ruler and I will mark the point 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1 centimeter each. Now suppose this point is of 3.1, this point is of 3.2, similarly 3.3, okay, 3.4, 3.5, let us go a little further, 3.6, 3.7, then 3.8, and let me mark some remaining 2, 3.9, and then last one is last but not the least, that is 4.0. Okay, so remember you have to mark these points with the help of ruler. Whole figure should be drawn with the help of pencil because we can attempt some mistake. That's why please draw it by the pencil. Now see, I will see where is my number. Observe, my number is 3.7, but it is going beyond 3.7. So I can say that my number will lie between 3.7 and 3.8. It is not exactly on 3.7. It will lie between 3.7 and 3.8. So now visualize means I will magnify now these two numbers and these two numbers onto the number line separately I will consider. Okay, so once again let me mark one more number line. So mark the same number line and draw the point as in the same manner like this. Okay, this number will be now 3.8. 7. Okay, and this number will be of 3.8. And same way, mark the points over here. This is my first point, second, third, fourth, fifth. So first point value will be here 3.71, 3.72, 3.73, 3.74. Same way I can mark the remaining points. So let me mark here. This is 3.76. This will be 3.77. Okay, this will be 3.78, and the last one is 3.79. If you have any confusion, so 3.8 actually you can say this is 3.80, so 79 and then 80 is coming. Same way here 3.70 I can assume, so 70 and then 71 is coming. Okay, since my number lying between these two, so next number line I have taken in this manner. Okay, now let us see the number 3.7. 3.7 and 3.8 I have taken here, right? Now my number is 3.76. So 3.76 is coming here, but number is going beyond 3.76. So I can say the number will come between 3.76 and 3.75. If you require, you can join this one with these two. So actually we are going to magnify these two numbers on the number line. Now we shall magnify this one. So again I will draw one more number line onto the paper. Okay, now these two numbers I am taking 3.76 and 3.77. So here I will write down 3.76 and here I will write down 3.77. You can say 3.770 this can be, and this can be 760. Again I will mark some point over here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and then 9. Let us put up the value here. 3 point, this will be 761. Okay, after 0 who will come? 1. 3.762, 3.763. Same way I will mark the each and every value here. 3.764, 765. Okay, then 766, 767, 768, and the last one is 769. Okay, so which numbers I have magnified here, that you can show with the help of these arrows, right? 3.76 and 3.77 I have magnified here. Now observe my number is here 3.765. So see, 3.76 and 3.77 already I have taken. Not till 5 I need to go. So count from here, 761, 762, 763, 764, and we have shown exactly this is my required number in the list, 3.765. Okay. In the next question, see, in the same manner you have to do the next question. Next question is given, second question. I will show you how you need to do it, then you do by your own. 4 point we have given 26 bar, and they are saying this number you have to visualize up till 4 places of decimal. So 4 places of decimal means here 3 places was coming. We need to go a little further. One more number line you have to draw there. So you will take here 4.2626. Okay, so first of all you will draw a number line between 4 and then 5. Somewhere the number will come 4.2 and 4.3. Then you will take here 4.2 and here you will take 4.3. Okay, then 4.2, 4.21, 4.22, 4.23, 4.24 and so on till 4.29. My number is coming, next one is 4.26. So 4.2 and 4.3. This one I need to visualize because 4.26 will come between these two numbers. So 4.26 you will take, and similarly you need to draw in the same manner. Refer this conditions this way I have referred here, in the same way you can draw that number line also. Here question I can solve, but this video now it will become more lengthy. That's why I am reducing the length of the video, and hence this only question I have solved. You try once. In the additional questions, if required, we can take it that kind of question again. Okay. Thank you.